Well, it wouldn't be a RIZIN Fight Day without a last-minute picks and predictions preview podcast to drop, whether it's via live stream or via video here on this channel with the mighty J-Wolf. That is right, RIZIN Landmark 12 in Kobe is going to begin in a few hours here, and we have 13 main card fights to go over, plus, 5 freaking prelims. So we're going to fire through this. I know Jay Wolf and I tend to have very long podcasts. We're going to keep this one shorter and sweeter before we dive freaking balls deep into this. Shout out to Deep last night with a great card, by the way. Jay Wolf, how you doing today?
Excellent, brother. I'm so thankful that you're doing this stream. So appreciative to be on.
Thank you for texting me and being like, Isha, I don't care if we have to do it like on your schedule with you between sleeping and your deep streams and whatnot. Like, we'll do it. And I was like, fucking right. It's all right. We'll sneak it in here. So appreciate you, brother.
Oh man, no, I really appreciate you, brother. And I'm so hyped for this card. You know, this is dude. They're giving it away for free, bro. We got
RIZIN.TV for free, guys. So order it now. It's free.
Yeah, no, you don't have to order it. You can just go right on there and click it. It'll be ready to go. I mean, and I think the replay is going to be free as well. So if you can't stay up tonight, you can just watch it on RIZIN.TV for free. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, we had 19 bouts. We have only 18 bouts now. One of the main bouts fell off. Vugar Karamov got sick with gastroenteritis, and so his fight was pulled. But still, I mean, that's what the beauty of having – almost 20 fights is that, when a fight falls out, there's still plenty of other fights that he doesn't feel the impact as if it only had like 10 fights in the card.
Like the one championship Japanese card where now Haggerty dropped out, and it's like, on any other one card, that would be huge. He's one of the faces of the promotion, but it's like, okay, well, this card's so stacked that like I expect a few more guys to miss weight or hydration tests or whatever.
Yeah, and that's why you book a lot of fights for exactly that reason.
He posted that he got poisoned. I got poisoned.
Yeah, and then did you see the picture where he was eating like some seafood or something like that, blaming on some bad sushi he got?
You know what, though? If I was in Japan, I'd blame it on bad sushi, too. I mean, at least it's a cop-out. You can always blame it on some nasty seafood because it's just like when a man gets kicked in the balls, you can't say, oh, dude, you're faking. It's like, no, like, even a little graze, that's worth some drama. And I feel like you can't really deny some seafood, even if it's in a lie, you can't really deny someone, oh yeah, you weren't food poisoned by that shit, because it's
that's
it's always a gamble.
Card excuse is food poisoning.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into this. Let's start with the prelims here. I'm pretty sure Tapology rejigged their order for it to be correct, so we'll just go off of that. To start off this, we have some female, very regional kickboxing here, where Mishon is taking on Nanoka Ito. This took me forever to find any tape on either of these chicks. This one was literally just on like social media. I was able to find a couple of Mishon's fight. Mishon, the popular fighter, let's be honest, she's freaking hot. She's not that great of a kickboxer. She's going up against Ito, who's just getting into kickboxing and whose greatest skill, she said, is sleeping. So recovery, I guess. This is going to be super low level. Neither are super talented. Mishon's had 2 fights, 2 KOs. I think she's going to sleep Ito because Ito's good at sleeping. No, this is going to go probably 3 rounds and Mishon's going to win a decision. That's kind of how I see this one. Did you find any tape on this?
No, you know me. I'm more of a mixed martial arts guy, not really a kick guy. But I love the kick as well. But this is a kickboxing bout, and I'm definitely going for Michon. I don't know if you guys saw the weigh-ins, but Michon is pretty good looking, and she was in her Calvin Klein underwear, looking hot at the weigh-ins. So I'm going for her. And
that seems to be the trend lately. The old Calvin Klein.
Oh, Calvin Klein.
I hear Calvin Klein. I think Back to the Future. I'm old.
I know. No, hey, Back to the Future just had its 4th anniversary, so that's freaking awesome.
One of my favorite trilogies of all time.
Oh yeah.
All right, next fight here. We got another kickboxing fight. We got Uncle Motoki against Shinpei Hayashi. Shinpei Hayashi, more active, younger. I believe it's fought this year or at latest last year. Okay, no, he fought in July at Crossover. He's been fighting in Crossover and Crush for a little while. He did fight in the K1 World Grand Prix in 2022, but just a more active kickboxer, not really doing well against good competition right now, but still kicking it. Whereas Motoki hasn't fought for a little while. He's 39 years of age. He hasn't fought since April 1st, 2023 in RIZIN, where he got knocked out in the first round. Was a Rise and lower level kickboxing fighter. RIZIN would bring him to regional shows. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's from the Kobe area, so I think that's why he's on this card. I mean, I think Hayashi's going to absolutely murk him, like probably knock him out in brutal fashion.
Well, then that's probably what's going to happen. And I mean, so that's probably exactly why he was put on the card too, for that purpose. Why it's part of one of the prelims. So yeah. Now let's get to the mixed martial arts one.
All right, yeah. First MMA fight on the prelims here. We have Hyuga Miyagawa against Shinsuke Matsubara. You were licking your chops for this one. Let me know who you're picking in this one. And
why. Well, it's just because, it's the first mixed martial arts battle of the night. And of course, that's under the superior rule set. Which
the deep, it's like a deep hybrid rule set. It's 2 5-minute rounds, but with superior rule set, which honestly, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? So, I mean, this one, I don't know. There's a younger guy facing Unk, right? So it's like, but the younger guy doesn't have as good of a record. I mean, at least the Unk is over 500. So I guess I'm going to go with experience here and go with the Unk, and because he's got the over 500 record.
By just one, though. Yeah, Matsubara, 1-4 in his last 5 on a 3-fight losing streak, trying to stay above 500. He's out of Osaka. 7 knockouts. He's only been knocked out once. And he's only been submitted once as well. So he loses a lot of decisions. And I think being invited to the big RIZIN card, he's probably going to take advantage of this opportunity. Miyagawa, 5-7. Younger. Honestly, nothing special from what I saw. 3 KO, TKO, 0 submissions, 2 decisions. He's fought in lower level promotions like Gladiator, where he had a losing record in Gladiator. If you can't even have a winning record in Gladiator, like, you ain't cut out for the big show here. Beat a 12-9-2 guy in his last fight, which is arguably his best win. Every other step up in competition he took, he lost. And just rough starting your professional career, going freaking 0-4. Yeah, I am going to Matsubara as well. More well-rounded, better grappler. Miyagawa struggles with submission artists and wrestlers, so this one should be a pretty easy one for Matsubara. Either submission or ground and pound, I think, and I think as early as the first round.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully we see that. Hopefully I know the assignment. We get the superior rule set.
Hell yeah. All right, next one we have Noeru Narita.
Oh, no, you skipped the kick bout.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Daichi Akihira against Shoma. Another kickboxing fight. And this one was interesting because I looked at their records and their topology here. Yo, what's up, Chris Cushman? Good to see you. And Shoma has arguably fought in the better leagues. And hell, you could even say better opponents. But upon watching them, there's a clear talent difference between them. And I'm going all in on Daichi Akihira. He lost his last fight in RIZIN at the Otoko Matsui show. Before then, again, fights in Duel, Magnum, NJKF. So not the biggest kickboxing promotions at all. Did win a title fight in his last Magnum fight in March, where he had a brutal knockout win. I just think he's a lot better. Shoma, I came in here thinking I was going to pick Shoma just based on where he's fought alone. Deep kick, rise for the most part, back and forth. A deep kick's not the greatest, but rise, there's a lot of respect to that organization. But yeah, I got Akihira in this one. I think he's better everywhere and faster, more dangerous, better technique. Yeah, even though Shoma has arguably fought under brighter lights and on the bigger stage, I think Akihira is going to take advantage of this.
And Shoma's younger, right? So
Shoma, 24. I don't know how old Akihira is.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Well,
anyways, hey, what's up, Chris Cushman? Superior rule set. That's right, brother. Superior rule set is the best. So, and in this kick bout, I would go with Akihira as well. Though I hope Shoma is the one that beats him, because in the RIZIN FF fans Discord, there's a fantasy league going, and one of my opponents got Akihira. So hopefully Shoma beats
There
him.
you go. There you go. All right, last prelim and an MMA fight between Noelle and Misaki Suda, who apparently changed her name, but I don't keep track of this. I watch fights. I can't keep track of the friggin' name changes and whatnot. But Misaki Suda, I will say, impressed me in her 2 pro debut fights, because I'm gonna say this as an amateur.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I thought her technique was bad. I thought she was slow. I thought her hands were just nowhere blocking anywhere, torso or face, just kind of low, Bobby Green style, but like, come on now, or sorry, King Green style. So pleasantly surprised when upon a 2-5 amateur run that she went 2-0 as a pro. In Deep Jewels, didn't fight a great opponent, someone who was 1-5. But then against Nakamura, I would say it's a step up in competition, because Nakamura, I thought, was just going to absolutely smoke her. It was a really good back and forth fight. Sloppy, not super technical, but she ended up getting the split decision. I think it was a fair split decision. Noelle is younger, but I would say like an actual prospect compared to the 28-year-old she's going up against here. She's 2-2 as a pro, did lose her last fight against Morisuda, who I think Morisuda is a very, very good fighter. I think she's a really good grappler. I think she's a really good submission artist. And honestly, I think that Noelle Narita might end up being a very similar fighter to Suda. I just think Suda just has the experience and just is better right now at their respective levels of their career. But having said that, like, losing to her via armbar there's no shame in that. And I think Noelle's going to absolutely destroy Suda here in the grappling department.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's because Noelle is like one of the hot prospects. She's only 17 years old. You know, Suda's 28. So she's got that veteran experience. But I guess she don't have as many fights. So it's not like, she'll have that veteran strength, basically. Or at least the older.
She's just a very good grappler, too. And I think Suda is, I don't even want to say one-dimensional, because her striking is not like anything special, but like, if she's going to beat you, it's going to be her controlling you, landing ground and pound, or beating you on the feet, like outpointing you on the feet. And I think Noelle's just going to take her down, either ground and pound her, find the back, and submit her. Now, this is like a way closer fight for Noelle than Suda. I think Suda was like just too good for her at the time. The other Suda, but Misaki Suda here, respectable 3-fight win streak. Again, last one in amateur. She did get a knockout, but I was very impressed with her last performance. I still think Noelle is going to out-grapple her, though.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. Hey, half day, Frank. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Go Weather. I love how RIZIN plays into that shit. The last time she fought, when she was walking out on all like the screens and everything behind her, it was all just like classroom and math equations, and it was like, oh yeah, she just left friggin' high school to come fight
on
the biggest stages in Asian MMA. All right, moving to the main card here.
Go ahead. Noelle, I think she might be either the youngest or second youngest to ever fight in RIZIN. I think the youngest was 16. I don't know if that was her, but I think she is the youngest female to fight in RIZIN.
Okay.
Just little tip, but she's definitely one of the ones that they want to build into a super future star.
Yeah. It's so funny because in Deep they'll have 17-year-olds and 55-year-olds fight each other. It's insane. It's insane.
That's how they like to do it in Japan. They like to throw them right into the fire, and test them early.
Dude, Japan does not give a fuck if the decision's rigged.
I don't give a fuck if the decision's rigged!
All right, let's move on to the first fight.
Rigged, it's not rigged like the UFC. You see what happened with the UFC over the weekend?
Oh, bro.
That rigged fight, dude? Crazy. After all the shit they were talking on the Japanese Almighty Pride FC, then they have a blatantly rigged fight like that.
I mean, to be fair, Japan has definitely rigged way more fights in MMA history than.
I don't know. Who knows?
It's a fact. It's a fact. It's an absolute fact. Pancrase, circa 1998 to 2005 was. Boss Rutan literally wrote that in his book too. There's some crazy ass shit that went down. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Dingleberry Dana is so above reproach. The gambling addict. He'd never fix a fight, right?
Yeah. I'm not poo-pooing Japan for it. It's just, it's part of it. You got to accept it. You gotta accept it. Steroids are fine, and there's gonna be some rigged fights.
I just don't think that they're rigging fights like the smear campaign would have you to believe. So, anyways,
I don't know.
let's go on. So this is the first one of the main card here, and there's a kick bout. And I also wanted to show you guys. Go to the RIZIN.TV English Twitter account. It's at RIZIN TV, and check out this tweet right here. I don't know if you guys can see that there. This has a thread of all the different fights with the breakdowns of the fights and different cool stats and stuff, and the records and all that good stuff. And it'll tell you some good info about everything, including from this first fight on. So just want to let the fans know about that. Or actually, you know what? Sorry,
I'll share it in the chat here
with Laramie. But anyways, that's for the main card stuff. This is that. Check out that tweet.
Yeah, I'll share it in the chat here. The RIZIN English account does a great job. They're super active.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and they had a fantastic little preview show at the weigh-ins.
Yep.
Check this one out there. With their Shingo-san, number 2 Epic RIZIN, then Hafid, he's like the RIZIN PR guy, English RIZIN PR guy, did a fantastic job, and he's also in the RIZIN FF fans Discord, so everybody check that out as well. A lot of fun.
All right, first kick fight here on the main card. We have King Rikuto against Yumeto Mizuno. Both of them are 18 years of age. Both of them are very talented kickboxers, but I am going to go with Rikuto in this one. Rikuto was the deep kick champ. Say what you want about deep kick, but still champion in a regional promotion. Has more experience, has also fought in Rise, and he's on a hell of a run right now as well. Fights at a good gym, has some good training partners. Last loss was in 2023, where he did get knocked out brutally, but since then has been on an absolute tear on the Rise World Series, Rise 184, Rise Osaka, and has just been dominating in deep kick as well. Now, Mizuno does train out of a pretty good gym in Teppen and does have some good training partners. I just don't think he's as dangerous as his opponent. I think he's just as polished, just as much of a fun prospect, but I think Rikuto has a little bit more power, and Rikuto is just a little bit quicker. Say, maybe not in exact hand speed, but definitely with his footwork. He is on a 2-fight win streak, and he's fought in some really good leagues. Deep kick as well. He's fought in Rise El Dorado. He's fought in the Rise World Series, and won Friday fights as well, where he got a win representing Japan. And I remember being pleasantly surprised with his performance at One Friday Fights just 2 months ago in August. Having said that, I'm going to go with the guy who I just think has a higher upside, and he's just a little bit quicker and just better at this point in Rikuto, and he is the favorite at -225.
Okay, then I'll go with him as well, because this kick guy, you guys know your stuff, so I'll go with him. But I like this how it's a battle of young guns kicking off the card, so I always like that. See, because the young guns always want to impress people on the big stage, so I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Absolutely. All right.
Here it is.
Thank you, Chris Cushman. We're getting to our next one here. And honestly, it's so early on the card, but this is going to be like one of the first prospects of fight of the night. And I know sometimes when you're like, oh, this fight is going to deliver, sometimes those fights don't. But I think even if this one isn't an all stand-up war like Laramie had with Ito, I still think it will be a lot of fun, because Laramie might dig into his back pocket of offensive grappling. Like, his brother is an insane jiu-jitsu whiz. TJ Laramie, he wins most of his fights back control and will eventually rear naked choke you. And Tony, obviously, they've been trained together forever. So his jiu-jitsu and offensive wrestling is actually really good. But unlike his brother, he just wants to fucking throw hands and get into a good old Windsor, Ontario scrap, baby. Shout out to the Spitfire out in Windsor. 10-3 as a pro. Wasn't healthy enough to compete in the flyweight Grand Prix. It's funny because he's like the perfect size for flyweight. He's like a little bit bigger than some of the flyweights who, maybe could even fight at a lower weight class, but he's not big enough for 135. And I do think Yamauchi is I don't want to say small for the division, but like Laramie, he's a little bit bigger. 10-3 as a pro, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Did he miss weight, by the way, Laramie?
No. His opponent missed weight.
Oh, okay.
Yamauchi missed weight. And
Okay.
it's funny that he missed weight because he was talking shit like he's just going to run through Laramie, use him as a stepping stone.
And that's so funny because he's a little bit smaller and like just less muscle on him too. So I thought that his weight cut would actually be a little bit easier.
Yeah, no. Laramie made weight, no problem.
Yeah.
Yamauchi's the one
that surprises me. That surprised me, so I wanted to bring it up because I saw that like the fight was still going on, but I admittedly didn't watch the weigh-in show. I think I was watching Deeper Rise at the time. But that's interesting. So might be a little bit depleted as well. Like something didn't go right there. 6 KO TKOs for Laramie, 0 submissions, 4 decisions. Went 1-1 in RIZIN, 1-0 in LFA, but dominated in BTC, where he actually became the champion as well, beating Josh Smith. Came over to RIZIN, had a great performance against Muramoto. Muramoto's tough as nails. I think most guys would have gotten knocked out by Tony Laramie. He knocked him down a lot of times. And then had one of my favorite fights of the year against Yuki Ito. Yuki Ito just was a step ahead, just did a little bit more damage and didn't take as much damage. I think he knocked down Laramie twice in the fight too, where like Laramie landed some great shots on Ito, but didn't like actually drop him. That was awesome to watch because it showed that like Yuki Ito's leveling up, and it really showed that like RIZIN is a good spot for some of these guys who aren't major organization level ready in North America, but can use this league to further develop if they do want to take that next step to, if it is the UFC, or maybe just become a star in this league if the pay is good as well. And Tony Laramie might just be that guy. I know he was absolutely gutted not to be able to participate in the Grand Prix. And Yamauchi, this is going to be a fun one too, because he's more of a stand-up guy. Laramie, I'd say, is a good, well-rounded MMA fighter who just chooses to brawl, chooses to use his grappling to keep the fight on the feet so that he can continue to brawl. Wataru Yamauchi, he doesn't really have the choice. I mean, his grappling is okay at the low-end regional level, but he's a scrapper first and foremost. And I love how he developed in Shuto. 3 KO TKOs, 1 submission, 4 decision. His only 2 losses have been via knockout, so keep that in mind. And the 2 guys that he's lost to were really good opponents, don't get me wrong, but I think Laramie beats Joe Rai. I think Laramie beats Bat Bayer. Now, I think he beats Bat Bayer a little bit more, or a little bit easier than Joe Rai, because Joe Rai is a scrapper as well. But I just think Laramie, I'd be confident in Laramie beating both these 2 guys as well. I know MMA math isn't gospel. I just think he's better than him everywhere, experience-wise, everywhere. I don't know. Did I miss anything?
No, you hit the. I mean, Laramie, I know he's your boy because he's Canadian. He's a Canuck.
He's my boy mostly because he scraps, but yes, also because
he's got to represent the Maple Leaf there. So.
Fuck the Blue Jays, but go Tony Laramie.
No, definitely rooting for Laramie here. And especially, I mean, in the pre-fight with Yamauchi, dude, he was talking all that trash, bro, saying how he's going to use Laramie as a stepping stone, use RIZIN as a stepping stone to get the UFC. And he comes in and misses weight. And I just want Laramie to punish him and say, hey, no, you know what? You're not using nobody for a stepping stone. The Epic RIZIN is not a stepping stone in the UFC. In fact, I'm loving how the Epic RIZIN has started stopping the poaching of their fighters going to the UFC. Like, they just re-signed Shadalayev.
Dude, that's so awesome. And like, I can't believe I'm utterly shocked.
Oh,
I truly am. Dude, like the UFC must have lowballed him, like they did with Saladin.
Yeah, and if they did, I'm just so happy that
they had to. Dude, he's one of the best prospects on the planet, not just in his weight class, like on the planet. What a miss! I would say like this is a bigger miss than the UFC missing on Doumbé.
Yeah, well, I mean, also they, I think the biggest miss recently that UFC missed on was Nemkov.
Baki as well, although Nemkov. Baki just lost in Aris, which is hilarious. But Baki was another big miss.
Oh, yeah, but another big, definitely Baki. But I think Nemkov was the biggest miss of all of them, to be honest with you. I couldn't believe the UFC lowballed him. But anyways, dude, Yamauchi is going to, I hope Laramie just destroys Yamauchi and sends the message that, no, we're not a stepping stone for anybody. Okay, and neither is Epic RIZIN and
submission or knockout. Because I think,
dude, I want knockout bad.
I want a knockout, but Laramie probably could just take him down and like arm triangle choke him in the first round too.
Maybe
I don't know, but like it seems like Laramie's just gonna go and try to knock him out.
Well, that's what I hope happens, and I hope he does it in epic superior rule set fashion. Gives him a nice boot to the face and kicks his head all the way back to prevents him from flying to UFC.
Yeah, all the way back to Shuto, bitch.
Dreams.
Go back to Shuto. That's not even on Fight Pass anymore, motherfucker. Let's go. All right. Love this matchup, by the way. Captain Africa, which, by the way, it's his nickname because he spent some time in Africa. Honestly, I was like, oh, he's a darker Japanese fighter. This is so like this is so Japan humor. What? We're not being insensitive here. It's just funny. But no, he spent some time in Africa. That's why he's Captain Africa. And shout out to the We Are RIZIN podcast. They answered a lot of my quirky questions because I didn't watch all the RIZIN confessions for this one. I just didn't have time. So they answered all my questions on like, wait, what the hell's going on here and what the hell's going on there? So big shout out to Mr. Ohio who's on that episode, this one as well. Yeah, we got to get Mr. Ohio on this show eventually.
Dude, they went 2 hours on that. So
no, that's what I'm trying to. I want to be under them so I can give Andrew shit and be like, dude, why'd you do such a long fucking preview? What is wrong with you? Dude, our last one was 4 hours, by the way.
I thought you liked the Cajun Landmark shows.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. This for those who don't know, by the way, Landmark means it's in a cage. So Activate A is jumping for joy because he hates the ring.
No, I love the ring too. I love superior rule set fights in the cage. There's something about it where, like, you remember one championship before they pussified their rule set? Like,
dude, Black Combat. Fuck one. Why are you talking about one? Black Combat.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I can't believe, dude, there was just a Black Combat on this weekend. I can't believe but for some reason, whenever I think superior rule set in the cage, I just always reminisce about how in one championship, it was just so violent that they they pushed out in the rule set basically.
But I know, and that's what makes Black Combat so cool. Because Black Combat's like, we want to be more violent.
Yeah,
we're not violent enough.
I know, I love it.
Dude, yeah, Mr. Black's a G, not an a gi. But Shutaro Debana, Captain Africa, 11-6 as a pro, 40 years of age. You look at this guy, you'd never know. Ripped as fuck, and still active, still winning, and not only that, beating really good opponents. Like, it's actually insane. 2 KO TKOs, 4 KO TKO losses, 6 submissions. He is a very, very good submission artist, and 3 decisions. Yo, thank you so much, C4 San Diego, for the 149 super sticker. You're the fucking man, dude. I will add timestamps to this after we stream, so if you missed any of our preview of any of the matches, you can just go and click there. But shout out to C4 San Diego. Thank you so much for the super sticker, dude. You're an absolute beauty. I'll make sure to buy J Wolf a coffee when I visit him in California. 9 wins in Shuto, 4 losses, and also went 2-2 in Road FC. He was the fucking Shuto champ in 2024 at 39 years of age. He was the Shuto champ. He went to Road FC to fight the undefeated C1 Park, who I'm pretty sure C1 Park became the champ. Yeah, C1 Park was a former champ in Road FC, and that was last year. So hasn't fought in a year. Unc needed some time to recover. I'm okay with that. His only losses in Road were to 2 really good guys. This guy's a monster. Don't let his record fool you. He's very, very good. Dude, Shuto, 2-time Shuto champ. 2-time Shuto champ. Active since, has been active since he started in 2017. He's got multiple fights a year. I was pleasantly surprised when I watched his taping, Uncle hasn't lost a freaking step. Now, Won Bin Ki, definitely more of a striker than a grappler, but well-rounded enough just to be a solid veteran in mixed martial arts. The danger is way more dangerous on the feet, and I think he's capable enough to keep this on the feet and either win 3 rounds via damage or potentially even knock out Captain Africa. It's just tough because he's so good still on the ground. And I'm not completely sold that Won Bin Ki can defend it. But at the same time, I'm not super bullish that Captain America is going to just dominate him on the ground. So
Captain Africa.
Sorry, Captain Africa. I said Captain America. Captain Africa. Jeez.
He's no Steve Rogers there.
Yeah, he's no Steve Rogers. Fuck. Who are you picking for this one? I'll let you
I'm
pick
going
first.
with Wan Bin Ki.
Okay.
I want the international guy because I'm loving the like we were just talking about, the black combat scene, the whole Korean scene. So I want the Korean fighters to do well, so we continue that collaboration with the Korean scene and black combat, all that good stuff. Because I love it. So I want Wan Bin Ki to get the W here. And who was that said the ring sucks? Was that
that's our boy Activate. He hates the ring.
No, dude,
he's the opposite of Andrew. He hates the ring.
I love them both. I love the ring and the cage as well. But yeah, it's this one is in the cage. So
no, I know there's not going to be any guys who are pushing people back in the ring. I applied for that job. They didn't give it to me. Straight up.
There's no ring restarts.
Yeah, there's no ring pusher for this one. Oh, man. He's fought in really good leagues. He has 12 KOT goes, 3 submissions, 3 decisions. RIZIN, Road FC, Road to UFC. He's fought 4 fucking times on Road to UFC. And he did well in Gladiator as well. I'm going Wan Bin Ki as well.
Nice.
It's striker / well-rounded MMA fighter versus a very, very good grappler who's defying logic and still just telling Father Time to go fuck himself and is still just dominant.
You can only do that for so long, though. So
that's the thing. And he took a year off after getting murked.
Yeah,
a fun underdog. Honestly, if you're betting on this card, bet him submission, bet him money line. I think he's a fun underdog, especially given the storyline around it. But yeah, I'm going Wan Bin Ki on this one.
Nice.
To lock it in. And I'll say knockout because I'll say knockout.
What did the Captain Africa get knocked out in his most recent fight?
Yeah, but it was a year ago.
Well, still, that means his chin is cracked, so that'd be a good.
It was ground and pound though. It wasn't like just straight shot to the chin and he went down. So.
Oh well, maybe if Wan Bin Ki can knock him down, maybe we get a superior rule set finish finally.
I think we're going to see, I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to see more than usual on this card.
Okay, good. Cool.
There's no rhyme or reason other than there's a lot of non-big names. And I feel like a lot of the non-big names are like, I'm in Rise. I'm going to fucking throw some kicks. You know what I mean? Like there's that like more desirous, the ones who are like, like I've been doing this. It's there. It's not like, I'm not looking for it. If it's there, I'll use it. But like, AJ McKee came in and he's like, I want to fucking kick some people in the face. Right?
I know. I love that.
Yeah.
The most recent one we had was Kolesnik a couple events ago. And I mean, we're due for, we get superior rule set action every card. We just need some finishers now, some superior rule set finishes. I hope we get some on this.
Yeah, I agree with C4 San Diego. The readjusting obviously sucks, but I feel like RIZIN ropes are the least flimsy ropes in all of combat sports. Ones are absolutely atrocious, but like I could go off hating on one.
Yeah, dude, there's pros and cons to each, the ring and the cage. So that's why I love them both. Yeah, heck yeah, half dead Frank. SRE is incoming. I can feel it too.
No, it was I was raking some leaves earlier, like early today because fall winter is coming, and I could smell a little bit of blood in the air, and I feel like, you know what?
And for your listeners that don't know what SRE is, that's the acronym for Superior Rule Set Epicness.
Oh, even better.
That's SRE.
All right, let's get to the next one here. This one's fun because 2 primary grapplers, which I think will force these guys on the feet, or it will really show who's the better prospect out of the 2. Now, Jinnosuke, don't let his record fool you. He's actually a unbelievable MMA grappler. So slick with his submissions. It's just he's not confident in his hands, and sometimes it just leaves him open for shots because he's just too worried, too focused on getting the clinch, too focused on shooting, where sometimes it burns him. Dude, sometimes he'll butt scoot a little as well. 9-5 as a pro, 4-1 in his last 5 fights, and he's the favorite coming into this one, which I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit surprised. He's 24 years of age. 0 knockouts, been knocked out twice, 9 submissions. All of his wins have been submissions. Every single one. 0 decisions, lost 3 times via decision. He lost in his RIZIN debut, 5-2 in Deep, 3-1 in Pancrase. Lost to Joji Goto, which Joji Goto is very well-rounded. Joji Goto is a better striker. And Joji Goto just didn't allow him to out-grapple him. Just showed like, hey, I'm more experienced than you, and this one tool that you have, I've fought guys who have that tool as well. It's not going to carry you anymore. And he did face some adversity earlier against guys like Goto, who were well-rounded enough to keep fights on the feet or were able to reverse and defend the jiu-jitsu and get into positions where they could land some ground and pound. Hyuma doesn't have as much experience, but I think he's the better prospect. I truly think his ceiling's higher. I think he's more well-rounded. He's tall. He's lanky. He's a wicked grappler as well. But if the grappling neutralizes itself in this one, which I just think it might, he's going to beat him up on the feet. He will be the better fighter on the feet. Is Japan top team guy, 1-0 in RIZIN, looked really good against Hiroki Suzuki, right? And Hiroki Suzuki's no joke.
Yeah.
Beat Makino, who was okay. Takashino, who had a lot of experience coming into that one. Hiroto, who was making his debut, but pretty good as well, and got 2 armbar finishes on the amateur scene. Fought breaking down in his pro debut, which is absolutely insane, and then 2 deep fights as well. So I actually remember being very impressed with Yasui's last 2 performances, and I think he gets this one done. I thought I saw him as the underdog, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, hit it,
Dude,
let's go."
How big of an underdog is he?
He's plus 105. Kashimura's minus 145. So not crazy, but
still,
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a pretty live underdog. Maybe one of the livest on the whole card. And I'm so confident in that as well, as that I picked him up in the RIZIN Fantasy League. So I think he's a very live dog. So we're not just telling you that just because we want to say so, but we actually believe that. And you're absolutely right. This is going to be a grappler's delight. But you know what? You're thinking that will cancel out. We might see a kickboxing match.
We might see a lot of reversals in the grappling department. I just think that might cancel itself out to the point where it's like whoever does more damage is really gonna win versus the control time, and Yasui's probably gonna do more when they're on the feet or in the clinch.
You said he's the taller guy, the bigger guy?
A little bit taller, a little bit lankier, yeah.
Okay, then
that just more of a lanky frame than a sturdy frame. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that will help with if he's going to outpoint him in striking, right? So that you're probably right here. It's probably a good pick to pick Yasui, even though the favorite is Jinnosuke. So I mean, I just love it, man. It's a battle of young guns here. They're both 24 years old. It's just and grappler's delight here. 2 potential grapplers for a potential grappler's delight. So I think it's going to be it's going to be a banger here, and it'll be real interesting to see if it does cancel, like you're saying, and then who has the better striking, which hopefully will be Yasui, since I picked him for the fantasy league, and we're telling you to pick him for a live underdog bet here. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
I think we've literally picked the same guys so far. So
really, okay, cool, yeah. I'm
interested to see which one we differ. Actually, I know that there's going to be at least 1 or 2 towards the end. But yeah, Activate said the other guy, judo guy, his last fight, all he did was grapple. Wonder if jiu-jitsu might give him some issues.
Oh, good question. Yeah, we'll see, I guess, huh?
I'm excited for it. Another one I'm excited for because I think it's gonna. We're gonna see a knockout in the first round. Because what does Tatsuya Saika do? Knock motherfuckers out or get knocked out. That is his MO. And Nurkhan Zhumagazy is basically Dalbeck. They train together. Are they related? I thought Andrew said they were related on his podcast.
No.
Okay, then they fight out of the same gym then.
Yeah,
he did say he's like
cousins. Well, maybe they could be cousins or something.
Maybe, yeah. He's like I caught him saying when I was watching tape and listening. I caught him saying that they don't have the same last name, but they're family or something like that. So.
Oh well, I mean they call each other brothers,
okay.
Like we all do, but
yeah. I thought maybe you would know if they were related, different last names.
Oh, no,
regardless, they train together. They've grown up together, and they're literally the same fucking fighter. And I just think he's more well-rounded. He can lean on some grappling, whereas Seika, no, his game is striking. His game is very aggressive pressure and knocking you out. Zhumagazy, just like Doubtbeck, very aggressive pressure, tries to knock you out, has a decent chin, but also can lean on some grappling if needed. I mean, most guys from Kazakhstan have a little, or just from that region, have some sort of grappling base, and he was brought up in mixed martial arts, so obviously developed that as well. Saika, 12 KO TKOs, 0 submissions, 1 decision, and 4 out of his 5 losses are KO TKO. Like, he's so fun to watch. That's why I love this matchup. After the Laramie fight, this is the next prospect to be fight of the night. 0-2 in RIZIN, 9-1 in Pancrase, and 4-1 in Fighting Nexus. He's the king of Pancrase, and he defended the title once. He did lose to one B Kin by obviously knockout. And he's just been ripping up Pancrase, king of Pancrase for a while. 2-time king of Pancrase, and developed in Fighting Nexus, just hasn't been able to get it done in RIZIN thus far. Now, Nurkhan Zhumagazy doesn't have any big name wins yet, and if you, as I'll scroll down here, you'll see the record of a lot of his opponents. Not necessarily the best guys. Didn't develop in Octagon. He developed in Alash Pride, which I think is a little not as good as Octagon, not as professional. It's just a lesser organization overall. 6 KO TKOs, 2 submissions, 1 decision, 9-0 in Alash Pride. But despite beating a 9-11 guy and fucking flagged, a 9-7 guy and fucking flagged, and 15-10 and guy making his debut, only lost to someone who's actually really good. Just watch some of his fights and you'll be like, oh yeah, the talent is there. He just hasn't been getting the opportunities at this point in his career where he's putting it all together to show it off against better guys. I mean, these two were pretty good, don't get me wrong. And that earned him that other step up against Rudenev, but I think he's damn good, and I think he's definitely going to be a fan favorite in RIZIN. Now, is there a chance Seika knocks him out? Absolutely. He's 35 years of age. He's obviously a little chinny now, and he leaves himself open for hits. So if Zhumagazy has good counter strikes, I think he'll crack Seika in the first round.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's what I'm hoping for, because if you saw that tweet I was talking about with Shingo-san and Hafid, they're doing a little preview show during the weigh-ins. That's on the RIZIN TV Twitter account that we posted earlier in this chat. They were saying how this is at 155 lightweight, right? And they're hoping for a new contender to be born from this bout, and they're hoping that Nurkhan, emerges as a potential new contender to rise up through the ranks to face Satoshi eventually.
Minus 650 without beating any high, two really good opponents in his 10 fights is that just shows how confident everyone is in him.
You know what that is? Because he trains with Doubtbeck, like you're saying. So
yeah, it's such a good team. Yeah,
it's a great team. And also, another thing is that, they were talking about next year the Saitama Super Arena is going to go under for renovations. Going to go under renovations. So they're going to be having to find different arenas. And one of my theories is that they're going to do, one of their series is the RIZIN World Series, which is international events. And one of the Epic RIZIN CEO, Hagiwara-san, had a meeting with the president of Kyrgyzstan. So I'm wondering if, one of the places they could go next year when the Saitama Super Arena is undergoing renovations for their World Series events can be RIZIN World Series Kyrgyzstan. And if so, Nurkhan, Doubtbeck,
all the Tajiks, guys, all the Kyrgyzstanis, all the Kazakhs,
headliner. I mean,
they'll probably at that point maybe even work with Octagon, because Octagon is in Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan every 3 weeks, and they'll probably do something kind of like when they did the Road FC versus RIZIN. I could see them doing Octagon versus RIZIN.
Oh, that'd be so bitchin', dude. I'd absolutely love that. And I just hope that Nurkhan really performs here. And just, because look, we're going from a grappler's delight with the two young guns putting on grappler's delight. Now they're going to this bout is going to be a striker's delight between two strikers. I love the RIZIN matchmaking, their cards and everything. They do it so well. So it's gonna be really good here. And hey, do you think how you were talking about in the Grappler's Delight that we were just talking about could potentially, the grappler could cancel each other out and it could go into like a striking battle. Do you think this one, the Striker's Delight, since they're both strikers, do you think might see some like grappling in this or no?
I don't think it's gonna happen, but like if Saika is too much for Zhumagazy, like he can lean on his grappling, but I think he counters him in the first round.
Okay, cool. Point. Yeah. I mean, we all want to see a knockout, Everybody's hoping for a badass first round knockout. I'm hoping for a superior rule set knockout. So,
yeah. By the way, we got Drew in the chat. Same with Ty Bets. Drew, is he related to Doubtbeck? I was listening to your pod, and I was just and you mentioned how like they have different last name, but they're brothers. Are you talking about they like?
Well, everybody calls each other brother. Are they cousins?
I know, but like I don't think that's what I'm trying to clear it up. That's what I'm trying to clear it up. Anyways, let's get to the next one. Oh my god, I don't know why they keep.
Wait. Who's your official pick for that one?
Oh, Zhumagazy.
Zhumagazy. Okay, yeah, me too. I'm hoping that he is in sensational fashion. Is another guy that could potentially be for that RIZIN World Series Kyrgyzstan event in the future.
Okay, so they're just gym bros. There's gym bros.
Oh yeah, see that's exactly like we were saying.
Yeah. All right. Next fight here we got Kintaro. Yuto Hokumura is back, and I'm sighing because I honestly just do not want to see this guy get knocked the fuck out anymore. He's 1-4 in his last 5. He's a shadow of what he was. And yeah, he's 32 years of age, but honestly, he's like 42 in fight years and 42 in like North American fight years, not like 42 Chad fight years that these Japanese fighters somehow can still be at the top of their game at. And he's going up against Yunfeng Li. Now, is this a way more favorable matchup for Kintaro compared to his last few opponents? Sure. I can't believe he's coming in as the favorite. That blows my mind. Yunfeng Li has developed in Wulin Fang, though, which Wulin Fang is the Can Crusher League. It's the league where you can fight 10 times in a year against guys who are like making their debut, and then you sprinkle in like 1-7-1 guy. So it's like, oh no, I didn't just beat Cans, but 12-6 as a pro. He's okay. I'd say he's pretty well-rounded, better grappler than striker, but his hands aren't bad. Only 3 knockouts, 7 submissions, 2 decisions. Yeah, 4-3 in Wulin Fang. And yeah, JCK is a pretty good league. WKG's okay. But yeah, mostly Wulin Fang here. Did have some amateur fights in the IMAF. Went 2-2, but I do like that. That shows that he was like talented enough to be able to even compete in that tournament. And has put together really good win streaks as well. He's been active, which I like to see, especially for a young fighter, but hasn't faced the best competition overall. And it's not like Kintaro is falls in that category at this stage in his career, if you ask me. 15-2. He's just trying to stay. Well, he's just trying to get back to 500, which I don't think he will. 9 KO TKO, has been knocked out 6 times. 2 submissions victory, has been finished 5 times. And 4-4 decisions. 3-7 in RIZIN, 4-3-1 in Pancrase. Far from the deep fighter that we remember back in 2012, and I would say like 2015 is probably when he was like in his prime. I got knocked the fuck out against Ji Young Jang. Akimoto beat him up pretty bad too. Beat Tsubota. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad. I mean, I'm obviously going for Lee here. What else do I have in my notes?
Do you see the weigh-ins? Oh no, you were watching deep at the weigh-ins. There's a significant size difference. Kintaro is much smaller than Lee.
Even worse. Oh yeah, and Lee trains with Rongzu, who's I love Rongzu. I think he's UFC level. Yeah, I mean Kintaro is more of a striker, and he just keeps getting knocked out. I mean, he's been around for a while, so his grappling defense should be fine. But it's either Yunfeng Li knocks him out or he beats him in a boring fight. I do not see Kintaro winning this fight at all.
What do the odds say? Did you say that
Kintaro's the fucking favorite, which is insane.
Wow. Okay. Well, then Lee should be another live underdog there to bet on. And that's funny because the other one earlier, and oh gosh, I'm forgetting this. Yasui. Jeez. That was another one that was was it Yasui the live underdog? Or was it
Yasui's an underdog.
Yeah, okay. So that was a live underdog as well. But this one right here, Yunfeng Li is another live underdog, 100%, maybe even the livest dog on the whole card here. I mean, I didn't know that they had Kintaro as the favorite like that on the odds. So, and this is another one I took in the Epic RIZIN Fantasy League. So on the RIZIN FF Fans Discord, y'all should join that. It's a lot of fun there. So, I'm counting on Yunfeng Li to beat Kintaro as well here to help me win the RIZIN Fantasy League. But I hope it's in sensational fashion. I know you guys don't want to see Kintaro knocked out badly, but
I don't care. I'm down to see him get knocked out badly.
Okay.
If he's still gonna fight, then fuck it. I'll see a knockout. But it's like, please, it's just no more after this. No more after this. But I mean, Andrew's saying unfortunately Kintaro sells all the tickets to his tattooed Yakuza friends, so he'll continue to be booked. Lee should win. Kintaro is cooked, as Ishasama said. RIZIN been booking the Chinese guys to jobs, so this is an easy fight on paper.
Oh, so maybe that's why the odds are in favor of
right.
Kintaro.
Activating does have a good point. He said the only positive is Yuto is losing to good opponents from RIZIN. Yes, but I feel like that's what shaved the last part of his career right off, in that Horiguchi, forget arm trial choked him. Shuzaka. This honestly was way more competitive than I thought it'd be, but fuck, man, he took a lot of damage in this one.
But dude, he's only
Akimoto
32, though.
Grounded. What's that?
He's only 32, so it's not like he's over 35 and cooked.
But for me, age isn't a factor. It's more how much damage you took in your career, right?
I mean, okay.
Especially in 2025, when science is so advanced that you can still perform in your 30s like people did in their 20s 10, 15 years ago. But if you've been rocked so many times, like Chuck Liddell physically probably could have gone 3 more years, but if it's not there and the brain's just not allowing it to be there, you're cooked. And it's unfortunate that it just seems like the off switch is quicker than it was.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see, and hopefully you guys are right, and Lee beats his ass in a sensational superior rule set finish.
Pissing off the Yakuza. One knockout at a time.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. We got some freaking fight circus up in this shit, because this is a freak show fight. This is a clown show fight, and I'm here for it, ladies and gentlemen. I know Mr. Ohio was rolling his eyes at this, but I live for at least a little bit of carny shit on a Japanese card, especially it being a RIZIN card, and my God, is there a lot to unpack here. So we obviously know Satoshi, Takakenshin, very much a disappointment. 2 and 4, disappointment everywhere. Dating back to his back to his sumo days as well. I was gonna say, what time is it for me? 4:25. We just missed it. 4:20. Smoke him if you got him. 2 and 4 for Takakenshin as a pro. 2 and 3 in his last 4 fights. He did win his last fight. Only finishes. He's he knocks out his opponents, or he gets TKO'd. 2KO'd.
The best kind of fighter.
yeah. 2 and 4 in RIZIN. He beat Inada in his last fight. I was giving Uncle Inada way too much credit. I thought Inada was going to kick his ass. I was horrified to see what I saw there. Boy, he's got no knees. Lost to Edpo King. I mean, I'm not surprised. Cody Jerbeck, what the fuck? This roided out dude who's now in heavyweight, who just doesn't even really fight. I thought Jerbeck was still going to beat him, but again, horrified in that one. And other than that, he's got his ass kicked against guys he probably should have beaten. Now, okay. Having said that, he's the favorite because Max Yoshida is a former aspiring pro wrestler who found combat sports later, I think in his late 20s, had a very whatever kickboxing career. This obviously isn't his full record, but he went 1 and 4 in his last 5. Then started training MMA, and I quote, learned how to grapple from hookers.
Yeah, he's been saying some wild shit.
He's a fucking dog.
The lead up the pre-fight stuff.
What else do I have here on him? Training grappling with prostitutes, working on his full guard. Bow chicka wow wow. He wasn't really good in kickboxing. He's 37. I mean, Takakenshin's horrible, but like he's got to have some sort of grappling advantage against Yoshida if somehow, some way Yoshida is doing okay in the striking. Takakenshin should win this one, but holy fuck, Max Yoshida has been selling this fight.
Yes. Dude, you know what? Since he was a pro wrestler, pro wrestling is one of the best bases for MMA, right?
But he was an aspiring pro. So I don't even think he ever did a show. Unconfirmed, but
we'll see. Oh, hey, I just seen the Tyler Fish comment. The RIZIN card is tonight, brother. It's tonight and it's free on RIZIN.tv. Check it out. And it's going to start, the prelims start at 9:30 Eastern. And the main card on RIZIN.tv starts at, I believe, 11 Eastern. So that'd be 8 Pacific. And and that's on right. The prelims are going to be on the RIZIN's YouTube channel. And then that's at 6:30 Pacific or 9:30 Eastern. And then the main card is on RIZIN.tv at 8 Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern.
I did see that he fought on Breaking Down. How many times did he fight on Breaking Down, though? I saw one. I was able to find one on YouTube. Did you see Max has been reviewing prostitute parlors on social media? What a dog. What a dog.
Dude, he is selling the fuck out of this card.
It'll be better than every fight on the heavyweight Grand Prix.
Dude, they're just hating on you know what? They're just jealous because the heavyweight GP, the Japanese fighters got scrubbed up by UFC level Dana White Contender Series legend Alexander Soldakin.
I will say, overall disappointed with the tournament, but there were 2 good fights, so I'll take it.
It's because there wasn't that many finishes, but it was still, there were some great fights, and there's a great I guess you can't call him a prospect anymore, but I mean Soldakin is clearly going to be one of the guys to watch. He's like the next Jiri, only because of the heavyweight divisions. So I mean obviously Shutaro is the next Jiri but anyways. Soldakin, fantastic fighter, UFC level, Dana White Contender Series legend. I mean, and I can't wait to see him on New Year's Eve against Ryan Bader. It's going to be fantastic. So I just love giving Drew shit because the trendy thing is for it to dump on heavyweight these days. But I mean, it's not
because heavyweight's awful these days. That's why it's deserving. Only good heavyweight is Phil DeFree. Every other heavyweight is awful.
Dude, not only Phil DeFree, heavyweight's cool in KSW. Phil DeFree's. Heavyweight's good in the Epic RIZIN with this heavyweight Grand Prix, Soldakin, Bader. They're investing a lot of money into the heavyweight division. And, Drew, your PFL, your PF Fumble, they have the best Ngannou, and then they just...
Ngannou's not the best heavyweight. Stop. Phil DeFree is the best heavyweight on... No, dude, I don't know why people keep clowning on him. There is no heavyweight right now. There's no active heavyweight on the planet who has been as successful and as active as him. There's nobody else who deserves the lineal title shot more than Phil DeFree. Tom Aspinall's here getting poked in the eye while Phil DeFree's defending his fucking belt for the 12th or whatever it is, 14th time in KSW. Absolutely.
I hope that Phil DeFree there's going to be a massive collaboration crossover super fight with Phil DeFree and the winner of New Year's Eve between Soldakin and Ryan Bader. That's what I'm hoping for. So
honestly, Phil DeFree would beat the shit out of him. So let's fucking.
But it is a trendy thing to hate on heavyweight, just because heavyweight in UFC sucks right now, and that's because
I don't think it's trendy because it's true. Like heavyweight globally sucks right now. Dude, it does. I'm sorry. I watch I'm sorry. I don't do this often, but I watch way more MMA than you globally, and I will say it sucks everywhere, man.
Okay,
it's horrible
is
everywhere.
It the golden era with Vader, Crow Cop, Big Nog, all these guys?
Dude, we are far removed from that day. Those days were amazing.
It's not as shitty as you guys make it out to be.
It's worse than we make it out to be.
Dude,
I promise you, it's worse.
That's it.
He's
Grand Prix.
It's Phil DeFree.
PF Fumble. It's got Ngannou and Nemkov. They just rescored Nemkov.
When is Nemkov fighting?
Nemkov's fighting again in December here. He's fighting the guy that Ngannou just scrubbed up. Ferreira, I believe his name is. But and that's to get to the super fight of Nemkov and Ngannou, which is what we all want to see.
Well, we'll move on after this because Showweather's saying all I'm gonna say is I never want to see Marek Samuchuk fight ever again. Or
And
Jose Augusto.
Dude, hey, they didn't have finishes. That's it.
No.
They're pretty good fighters.
Sorry, J-Wub. I'm usually on your side because Pesky Drew over here. He takes all the shots, but I cannot defend heavyweight MMA globally. It's honestly an absolute disgrace to the sport right now.
It's not as good as the Golden Era, but it's not as bad as everyone's making it out. I got to defend the heavyweights because I'm a heavyweight myself.
I'd rather watch heavyweight females than the heavyweight males right now. No, seriously, there's a league in Alabama where they have female heavyweight MMA, right? And it's way more entertaining. Dude, there's way more finishes and there's way better fights than the fucking RIZIN. Honestly, the RIZIN Heavyweight Grand Prix should have been female fighters from Alabama. Shout out to the Mack truck. I love you, baby. Let's get to the next one. And
wait, who's your pick for the heavyweight bout?
Oh, what the fuck do you think is my pick for the heavyweight?
Not Masher. Come on, you gotta go with the WWE guy.
Going with the freaking prostitute parlor review guy? Yes. No, I would love nothing more. Connoisseur. Yeah. Hey, in Japan, it's not frowned upon like in the United States. But anyways, yeah, I would love nothing more than Yoshida to win and cut the craziest like catfish type promo.
Oh, it'd be so epic.
But Satoshi's gonna beat him. All right, Taichi Nakajima against Joji Goto. I would say my favorite fight on the card.
Really? Wow.
100%. For the simple fact that like Nakajima, I feel like when he was knocked out by Sucho Kim, I think everyone thought, okay, he's fucking done because he's had such a long career and he wasn't as dominant as he was in the beginning of his career. And he'd always go on like 3 wins, 3 losses, and the losses would be against really good opponents. It just seemed like when he finally got to RIZIN, he'd given most of what he had to Pancrase. And though he got the immediate title shot, which I think was deserved coming off that win in Pancrase to become the king of Pancrase again. I mean, Vugar he plowed through him. Like it wasn't even close. Went back to Pancrase, looked good again, got our hopes up with his next fight in RIZIN, which he had to win. But then it's like Sucho Kim is kind of on the downward trajectory as well. And it wasn't even like a crazy shot. Like I want to say it was a straight punch or like jab that like hurt him badly. And it was then where I was like, oh man, I know Nakajima's only been knocked out twice. But that one, it just seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed so off against Sucho Kim that I was like, okay, I think this is like really the beginning of the end for Nakajima. He's probably not going to get high level guys anymore. And if he does, he's probably going to be used as like a stepping stone. Dude, I thought they were using him as a stepping stone. He went back to deep. Amazing knockout against Oshiro. Comes back to the landmark event in Sapporo and freaking knocks out Kazuke. He's on his last little like comeback dominant tour right now. And I am here for it. He's durable. He's tall and lanky for the division. He is a little bit slower than most just pocket boxers, I'll say, in MMA. But I like his low kicks. I like him on the outside. Hell, I think he's actually a pretty good grappler as well. I just think Joji Goto is more dangerous. So as much as I'm like, no hate to Joji Goto at all. I'm just rooting for Nakajima because I like how he's certified Unk, 36 years of age. This is the last part of his career. He's one of those guys where like you can look at his record and be like, oh, 19-13. Who is this guy? But he actually is a lot more than what his record shows. And Joji Goto right now, I just think is a little bit more dangerous. 18-8-1, 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Also on a 2-fight win streak. Never been knocked out. 9 KO TKOs. I think his striking is a little bit quicker. I think ground game, they're both well-rounded enough, but this one should be more of a striking match. Like 4-4 as far as submission goes in 5 wins, 4 losses. Decision-wise, 3-0 in RIZIN, 0-1 in 1 championship. Again, they a win against the grappler in Jinnosuke. Actually beat him up pretty bad when he just defended his grappling. And the Gujima win was a nice one as well. Mando Gutierrez in deep. I honestly thought Mando lost that fight.
Really?
Mando's a former Ultimate Fighter contestant, solid North American guy. I honestly thought he lost that one. I think it's tough to say that a split decision's a robbery, but it just seemed really clear to me that Goto did more damage and Gutierrez very much was stalling at points. They were nice visual stalls. Like he wasn't just like on his back, but like pinning up against the cage, not really even muffing Tito Ortiz shots to the body. But anyways, I like Goto in this one. I think this one's going to be a tremendous fight.
Yeah, agreed 100%. I'm surprised that you're saying it's going to be one of your favorite fight of the whole night, dude. This looks.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Drew, it's vet versus young gun, not young homie. But anyways, Joji Goto, want to make one little caveat about him. He's the guy that scored back-to-back twister submissions.
That's right. That's right. Like, and you know, it's funny. Thank you so much for bringing that up. When was that too? And it's because when I think of Goto, I don't think of him as a like jiu-jitsu ace first and foremost because he's so much of a scrapper. But you're right. Once he's on the ground, and Showweather said too, once he gets your back, it's like a magnet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got excellent grappling.
There they were. Right. How did I overlook that? I'm so sorry. Yeah, against Trent Girdham and Hibino. That was actually so fucking crazy. I remember streaming both of those, and the chat was just going insane.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't think anybody else has ever done back-to-back twister submissions like that. So that was awesome. So I've always been a fan of his ever since then. I hope you're right that he does, just a little bit better in this one. He gets it done. This is another guy I picked up in the RIZIN Fantasy League. So I'm hoping for another submission finish here from him. Or actually, no, I want a superior rule set. So superior rule set first before submission. give me some Kevin the Monster Randleman skyscraper grounded knees before you lock on that sub.
I'm rooting for Nakajima, but I think Goto wins. That's how I'm.
Okay. I'm rooting for Goto the whole way. So
minus 170 for Goto. I think Nakajima at what was he at? Plus 130. Not a bad underdog. Not a bad underdog at all. There's some good underdogs on this card, man. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, there's some great odds, some great lives, very close matches. I mean, it's fantastic. Mervin's asking for you to post your links. Or post the pics, bro. That's what this whole show's about.
Mervin. We will rewind the tape. B, I will add timestamps at the end of the show. All right, moving on to the next one. Sho Patrick Usami against Taisei Sakuraba Saku Jr. I mean, bumpy road for Sakuraba to start off his MMA career. Love how he did participate in a grappling tournament recently and did look really good there. 1-1 as a pro. And it's so funny because opposites, right? He comes in pro debut, RIZIN, throws him in the fucking fire against Yusuke Yachi, knocks him out early in the first round. No one thought that was going to happen. If anything, I thought it'd be the opposite. It was either he was going to submit him or get knocked out by Yachi. Goes up against Uncle Daisuke Nakamura, who's 45 years of age, coming 2 weeks earlier, was stomped in the fucking face at the deep, was it featherweight or flyweight Grand Prix? I forget, but was stomped in the fucking face and soccer kicked twice. Was it like 2 or 3 weeks prior? Comes in and ends up submitting Lil Saku. Now, I will say Sakuraba looked good in that fight until he was caught in the armbar, but still, that was a glaring mistake. And the 45-year-old uncle, the 45-year-old vet. I mean, he's closer to OG than his freaking uncle at this point in Nakamura. Caught him, and that's something that's something that Sakuraba was never going to be able to forget. Now, very interesting matchup because Sho Patrick Usami, whose younger brother, won last night again, Canada, in a really fun rematch in Rise. 8-4 as a pro, 2-3 in his last 5 fights. Very one-dimensional in mixed martial arts. He is a kickboxer. He is a striker. His ground game is non-existent. His takedown defense has gotten a little bit better, but it's decent up against the cage when guys drop for like a double leg or a body lock. If you have momentum, he doesn't have the balance. Like he ain't stopping a single leg with some momentum. He ain't stopping a blast double leg. He's a scrapper. 6 KO TKOs. 0 submissions, 2 decisions, 4-2 in RIZIN. This was not a good fight. If anything, C1 Kim's maybe stock went up a little bit because he showed to be a little bit tougher than some people thought. But yeah, just wasn't a good fight. And and this one seems pretty black and white. If it stays on the feet, Usami's going to win. He'll either knock out Sakuraba or he'll win via points. If Sakuraba gets him to the ground, he's either going to submit him, ground and pound, or win a decision. And oh man,
pick him.
Sakuraba, Sakuraba, baby, let's fucking go.
I'm going Saku Jr. as well. I can't wait for this bout as well. I love Saku Jr. I like how they of course his dad is the great Sakuraba, and so it's just he comes out to his dad's walkout music and everything.
They wrestle very different though, because his dad was that old shoot style, whereas Sakuraba is very much more like modern MMA.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I love how he's continuing the legacy of his dad, with the walkout and everything. And I guess since they're not exactly the same fighting style, but that's okay. I mean, they're still. I'm really excited for Saku Jr.'s future, and I mean, his debut against Yachi was spectacular, and yeah, he got taught a lesson against who called him Gramps. Dude's only 45, dude. Don't be calling us 45-year-olds Gramps.
Hey, especially when he's in Grand Prix and freaking quick turnarounds.
But no, I'm really looking for, because like that was he was throwing the fire on his first bout against Yachi, right? Passed that test flying colors. Then he was throwing the fire again against a veteran to see what he could do. Got taught a lesson, and now he's getting given a guy that's a good competition to really see what he can do. This is really to see what Saku Jr. can do right here and see if he can, because Usami, he's good. He's good at grappling, good at striking, right? So Saku Jr. is really going to have to showcase what he's got here to beat Usami. And you think it's going to be more grappling than striking?
Yeah, I think Usami's not a great grappler, to be honest.
Okay, well then maybe will Saku Jr. have the fight IQ to recognize that and take him down, use some of his dad's classic wrestling to get him down there and use his grappling to submit him. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of fight IQ that Saku Jr. has in this one, if he can get it done or not.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to the next one where we have Kate Oyama taking on Bomi Lee. I got a lot of respect for Kate Lotus because she started out her career. I'll say this, probably leaning on the attention, leaning on the looks, and then really bit down on her mouthpiece, started grinding, started training, and has really fucking turned her career around. She's on a 3-fight win streak right now. Against okay girls on the regional scene. I think Yuri Shim was an unbelievable win because say what you want about her record, Yuri Shim is a tough opponent. And she looked like the better striker. She looked like the better grappler. And I was very impressed with that performance. And then took on a girl with a lot of experience. Not the best fighter, but a lot of experience. Was able to TKO her in the second round. I think this will be another tough fight for Kate Lotus, much like the Yuri Shim fight. She's taking on another Korean fighter out of Road FC, who's 3-0 as a pro. But honestly, I think not too bad. Activate A says Bowman Lee is very bad from what I've seen. Think she loses this. See, I'm going the opposite. I think she wins this one. Hasn't beat anybody of note either, and I'll say not as polished as Kate Lotus, but I don't think Kate Lotus is going to knock her out. And
you're picking Lee to win?
Yeah, I think she's going to try. I think she's going to out-grapple her. I think she's going to make it ugly. And maybe not even out-grapple. I think she'll clinch and just force takedowns in the corner and just honestly just not allow Kate Lotus to strike with her.
Well,
and I think that's how she wins this fight.
What are the fight odds for this?
She's plus 155.
So you're going with you're saying Lee is a live dog in this, and she's gonna beat Kate Lotus.
Her last win was against a teacher, a literal civilian. Bro, I mean, Kate Lotus used to lose to civilians, so.
Yeah, but Kate Lotus is on a winning streak right now as well, right?
I gave my reason why I win. I think if they just strike, Kate Lotus will probably beat her up. I think Bomi Lee is just going to go right for the clinch and try to just like get her into the corner up against the cage. I keep forgetting it's not a ring. Up against the cage, even easier, up against the cage, and just make it a boring ass, dirty fight where Lotus can't hit her, and maybe she lands a couple elbows or something.
Okay, then This is the first fight of the night where we're gonna have opposite picks. I'm surprised you're going. That's a bold pick to go with Lee as a live underdog here. And I'm going with Kate Lotus. I mean, I think, they're trying to build her into another female star for the company.
She's tough. Woman. She's tough. I mean, she took a beating from Reina and held her own for a little while, but I just don't think Bomi Lee's going to try to win like that. I think she's going to be like, I'm not even going to entertain a brawl. I'm just going to stink it up and try to control you.
Well, I guess we'll see, but I don't know. I think Kate Lotus is going to be too much for her. I was impressed with some of her. Like you said, that win against Yuri Shim was excellent, right? That was very impressive. So I think she's shown growth in her game. And, I mean, like you said, props to her for, just look at her. She looks like she could be a modeling career, right? And another girl like Striker Queen Reina, who is just absolutely beautiful, but just a fantastic fighter in the cage, or cage and ring. So I'm just wondering if Kate Lotus is going to be able to. I'm just still shocked, bro, at you're picking Lee here over Kate Lotus. That just makes me. I don't know. I'm not going to.
I mean, the odds makers aren't surprised.
I'm just I'm just still.
You want to see? Hold on. Bro. For reference, you want to know what Seika Izawa? I think this is a way closer fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Minus 1,500. So, I'm sorry. I'm not out to lunch here, guys. I know Japanese odds are a little off, but, I'm not out to lunch here. They're, Kato Yama's, she's better than we thought she was. But, she's no fucking Oshima Reina or Seika Izawa. All
right. Hey, man, it's going to... Dude, if Lee pulls this off, dude, you're going to take the biggest victory lap ever, bro.
I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to say a word.
No, you got to gloat a little bit. Come on. You got to gloat a little bit.
I'm just going to smile. I'm just going to smile on stream. That's it.
No, you got to gloat
I'm not calling this pick, but I'm like, you know what? I'll swing in some women's MMA. If those are the picks to swing on.
All right, hey man, it's gonna be a big win if you get it. So, but I'm going with Kate Lotus.
Bomi Lee, the next star, taking out civilians left, right, and center. Let's fucking go. Yeah, they call her the vigilante. Taking out citizens left, right, and center. Oh my god. Another really sick fight. Mostly because I'm a huge fan of Shuya Kimura. I think he's a legit prospect. And each of them, in their last fight, lost to Vugar Karamov. And again, MMA math only goes so far. But Majima, who's the better grappler, got knocked out and finished by Karamov. Whereas Kimura, who's the better striker than a grappler, actually wasn't finished and was able to defend the submissions that Vugar put on him. Now, Vugar out-grappled him, showed that there was levels to this. But I think that's what Kimura needed because he'd never faced a grappler at that level. And I would argue that Vugar is a better grappler than Majima. And that's Majima's game first and foremost. Now, I know Majima's at this stage in his career where he is a well-rounded fighter, but his jiu-jitsu and grappling is his bread and butter. That's what got him here. That's where he's more dangerous. Where Kimura showed that he can defend submissions against one of the highest level pressure grapplers. Not the Klebers and Satoshis who are the nasty jiu-jitsus, but pressure grapplers who were just attacking his back, attacking his arm, attacking triangles, attacking rear naked chokes. And he was able to get out of all those positions. I think he learned a lot from that. Brave gym. So this is a grappling heavy gym, 25 years of age, 5 KO TKOs. His only loss has been 1 decision loss. Gladiator's not the best league to develop in, but it's better than Fighting Nexus. It's better than, what is the other one? C something or other.
PXC.
Yeah, PFC. Went 1-1 in RIZIN so far. Had a really good debut against a solid opponent, man, who's coming in, who is 6-1. Also a grappling heavy guy as well. So you take the magnifying glass to his career, and he's fought grapplers. He fought one of the better guys that Gladiator could put on him. And in the cans that he beat, he was respectively only 3 fights into his career, and he knocked them all out in the first round. Majima, obviously, I will never fully doubt him in fights because he did beat my boy Seguro Ni, Drew's boy Seguro Ni, who, come on, Ni, get your shit together now because you're embarrassing us that we keep supporting you here and keep fucking losing. But anyways, 14 submissions, 2 decisions. This reminds me of honestly the Yokoyama fight, just on a little bit of a higher level. I think Kimura wins. I think he finds the finish, either TKO, ground and pound, or cracks Majima on his entry.
Oh, well, yeah, I honestly, this one is a tough. Is the odds pretty close? Oh no, it's not. They have Majima as a plus 225 underdog.
Yeah, so Majima's the underdog at plus 225, and Kimura is the pretty big favorite at minus 350.
That's great. I mean, dude, I thought this was going to be much closer odds. On that preview show we were talking about with the Epic RIZIN, Brass was doing with Shingo-san, number 2 at RIZIN, and Hafid, the RIZIN PR guy, English PR guy. That Shingo-san was saying this is one of his favorite bouts in the whole card here. So, I mean, I'm surprised the odds are that.
I just think Kimura, why I think the odds are like this, because I think Kimura showed that he can defend grappling a lot better than people thought in his last 2 fights. And they're okay, well.
Didn't one of your commenters say point that out, that he did better against Karamov than people thought? Give credit. There it is.
Kimura actually impressed me with how decent his grappling was in his loss to Vugar. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I guess it makes sense that he'd be the favorite, but it seems like, I don't know, I don't know, Majima, he's not even 35 yet, man.
Dude, he's 25. He's 34, but Kimura's 25. So like Majima's still good.
Yeah, it's a young gun.
It's just like how much better is Kimura getting with every win and or loss, but probably honestly this loss might have been the most important fight for his career. He probably learned the most from that fight, to be honest.
Yeah. Just like we're talking about with Sakuraba, Saku Jr., about how he got taught a lesson from the or I'm not going to call him a Gramps. He just because in his 40s.
The OG.
Yeah, the OG. There we go. Got taught a lesson from the OG. Just that's what happened with Kimura and Karamov. Got taught a good lesson from that. So I mean, I guess maybe the odds are correct in this one. I wanted to pick Majima though, but I guess I'm gonna have to. You guys are changing my mind here. I'm gonna go with Kimura as well.
All right, so now if Majima gets the submission, you've lost your opportunity for a victory lap.
I know, right? But you know what? Hey, that since Majima is he the biggest or odds wise the biggest underdog on the card?
No, it's Oshima in this next one.
Oh, okay. Well,
which blew my mind, dude. Honestly,
I want to say Majima is a live underdog. Then, if you guys want to bet.
Yeah, I think Majima's a good underdog. I have that in my notes too. I think he's a good underdog. Striker versus grappler, but Kimura was not subbed by Karamov. He has solid takedown and submission defense. I think he's more well-rounded, not just a pure striker like people have dubbed him when he came into RIZIN. And to be honest, like Majima has struggled against strikers, like powerful strikers. He gets hit on his entries, right?
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I thought Ni was going to be able to crack him. But anyways, let's get to the co-main event here.
Since he's a veteran, and it's like, oh man.
I know it's tough.
Pick him, but you guys have changed my mind with all this analysis, so I'm going with Kimura. So all right. I just want to point out that Majima is a live dog here for all the bettors out there.
Yeah, we talked about this in the beginning of the show. Karamov says he was allegedly poisoned, Nick Diaz style. So unfortunately, he's not fighting.
Yeah, dude, he had some bad sushi, which
some
is
bad sushi
in Japan. And
hey, at least, oh my god. At least he didn't get sick from some bad sushi, Max Yoshida style. Because that would have been way worse for his career.
Yeah.
And at
least he didn't get a VD.
He doesn't have those North American antibiotics in Japan.
Yeah. At least he didn't get a VD from visiting one of those parlors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh my god. All right. Seika Izawa, the queen of RIZIN, the greatest female fighter on the planet, up against Saori Oshima. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed in the little giant, the queen of deep jewels, come over to Invicta. She looked really bad against Romero. She looked and came back to deep, and I would say looked even worse against a lesser opponent in Yi Lee. I don't know what was going on a year and half a year ago. She did look good a month ago against Mori Suda, And Morisuda's a good fighter. I was talking about her earlier. A very good grappler, capable on the feet. She was a lot taller than the little giant, as fucking everybody is. She's 4'11". But like, yes, I was very impressed with that fight. And I was like, okay, after 2 bad losses, one in Invicta and one back in Deep, I was pleasantly surprised to see her beat Morisuda the way she did at the Deep 127 Impact. And we've been meaning to see this fight for a long time because at 105 pounds, we needed it. We needed it because Seika Izawa has just been crushing cans as Oshima was doing a side quest in Invicta. Izawa didn't want to move up, and Reina's too scared to actually sign the contract against her at 125 or 135. Reina, the Prangenchai of female mixed martial arts right now. Quack, quack.
We talk shit on starting Queen Reina here.
16-0. As frustrating as it is to not see the best fights featuring Seika Izawa, at the end of the day, you got to blame atomweight just not being a thing in the UFC because she would have been in the UFC ages ago, right? A lot of these atomweights globally would be in the better organization if there was a better organization for atomweights. So yeah, like it's a little disappointing that we don't get to see all the fights that we want with her, and it's a little on her, it's a little on her opponents, it's a little on booking. It just sucks that more major organizations don't have atomweights for the women, and that they're not, and as a result, it's not being pushed and developed, even though there's some really good atomweight talent out there. Seika Izawa is big for the division, tall, lanky, not the best striker, has horrendous head movement, but against, you know, whatever strikers, she can pick them apart on the outside a little bit to get her takedowns. Oshima's interesting though, because like, Oshima's not a good striker, but in the pocket, she's a better striker than Izawa. And Oshima is, I don't even want to call her well-rounded. She's just very good at what she does. She's good at offensive wrestling, getting in the top position, and just finding her dominant positions from there, whether she wants to move to a ground and pound position or try to find the submission. But defensive wrestling, horrible on her back, can't reverse, and kind of just lays there and can be controlled for a good part of the round. And then on the feet, terrible on the outside because she's so small, but in the pocket, she actually can box a little bit. Whereas Izawa overall has more of a well-rounded game, very strong on the ground, insane submission prowess, and she's never been beat. So like, I don't care if it's women's MMA, I don't care if globally or whatever, 16-0, it's still a fucking awesome record. 5-0 in Deep Jewels, 10-0 in RIZIN. Defended the title against Siwon Park, and then no fucking title shots. No title defenses for 3 straight fights, which is annoying as hell. Did earn the title against Siwon Park the first time. Really good defense against Claire Lopez, who honestly like showed up. I know she got finished at the end of that fight, but showed up for the first part of that round.
And that's what we need more of for Seika Izawa is more international girls coming over.
Yeah,
like
but that's the thing. It's easier said than done when atomweight's not being developed anywhere else, right?
Well, what about Invicta? Invicta's got him. Combate Global has him.
Yeah, but yes,
FC's got him.
I would argue Road FC RIZIN's been trying, like they've been using.
Yeah, they've been trying.
Combate Global men. I'm sorry, like I don't want to be disrespectful and call them a joke, but like there is no rhyme or reason for when they do shows. They don't give us any scheduling. I don't know who the fuck is signed to that promotion anymore. Honestly, man, until they revamped it in 2025, I thought the promotion went under when they lost their TV deal. So like Combate Global is not, it's just not a realistic pipeline because I don't even know how much longer they're going to be in business. And then Invicta, love Invicta. You guys know I try to stream and cover and hype them up as much as I can. They're so infrequent as well that it's like, okay, so we want to draw from them, but they're only going to give 1 fight for her a year anyways. And schedules might not line up. So yes, at least there's those 2 pipelines, but they're hardly pipelines because RIZIN's more active than them.
Yeah, well, I mean, still they're not dead promotions, so I mean, they gotta give their fighters some fights, and why not send them over to face Izawa? I mean, they got some good. Invicta especially has some good atomweight fighters, right? I would definitely love to see. No, they're not, Drew. Hey, I saw that We Are RIZIN podcast said Invicta's done. No, they're not. Neither is Combate Global. So, I mean, But look, this fight right here, Oshima. People have been wanting to see this for a long time. CJ Charles Jewett, he's been calling for this bout for a long time. He likes Sori Oshima, so I got high expectations for this. It should be better than what the odds makers say. I mean, they're just saying that because Izawa's a really good fighter. I mean,
I think the odds are crazy too. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very confident Izawa gets it.
No, I'm definitely picking Izawa as well. I think she gets it done. It's just I don't think she's gonna steamroll Oshima.
So
but
this is exactly what I'm thinking too, man. Like you have to put on more shows than one every 6 months, or else you're a promotion, but you're not a league, if that makes sense. Like you put on fights, but you're not a league. You're not developing fighters. Your champion means nothing if you're only going to do one show every 6 months.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, you know me. My policy's got to be at least one show a month.
Yo, Machi's going to get killed. Machi's one of the biggest, and I don't use this word often, she's one of the biggest frauds in female MMA right now. I cannot wait for Izawa to literally take her head off and then stalker kick it into the crowd.
No, don't say that. I love
Dude, I cannot stand her. Her last fight was awful. I have no idea why people think Machi is going to be the next one. I cannot wait for all the simps on Twitter to be absolutely horrified when Izawa takes her out next. I know she has to get through Oshima, but like, yeah.
No, it's because Machi is a cute girl and she's at strawweight. She can open up a new division at strawweight for them. And
bro, Samarut already came after me last time, dude.
Yeah, he loves.
Oh, I know, dude. He flooded my Discord DMs. He's flooded my Twitter DMs. He was in my live chat. Oh my god.
No, but hey, you know what the big bout with Izawa is that they want to build into is Izawa and Striker Queen Reina. That's the bout. That's the big money bout for Japanese women MMA, which is going to happen if not. Striker Queen Reina is recovering from an eye injury, orbital injury. So, and I understand why they're taking so long to get back from that because she could be a supermodel. She's that pretty, so you don't want to mess around when it comes to the facial injuries. So she's a great fighter, and that could be the next bout for Izawa. And if it's not going to be a New Year's Eve, it could be they might hold it off for one of the next summer tent poles, like
She's not injured, by the way.
Oh, sure, she's not injured. Okay, whatever. So, anyways.
Reina keeps losing before they can even book it.
Oh no, Showweather, don't you be hating on my Striker Queen Reina either. No,
bro.
No Striker Queen Reina
I'm not necessarily a Reina hater. I just think she's scared, homie.
No, yeah, you are. You butter.
I don't. What did the great Nick Diaz say? I don't think he's hurt. I think he's scared.
No.
Where are you at? Where are you at, Reina? Where are you at?
You beat your girl, Yuri Shim.
Oh, I know. Oh, it was a good fight though. It was a good fight.
No, it was a great fight.
All right, so we're on the Izawa train, but finally we get to see this fight, so we're excited for it.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming. It should be a good bout. I don't think Oshima's gonna get steamrolled, but she's definitely probably gonna lose, and it's gonna set up the super fight with Izawa and Striker Queen Reina.
Izawa second round ground and pound or submission is what I think.
Okay. Hopefully, if she does it ground and pound, there's a superior rule set like grounded knees or something. Or
is that what she likes? The grounded knees. She likes the grounded knees.
Yeah.
Maybe some 12-6 in there as well. All right.
Oh, that'd be badass. Yeah. 100%.
Main event, and honestly, you're gonna hate me. Chat's gonna hate me. I hate this fight. I do not know. I don't know why it was booked. Other than Hagiwara, I guess is still popular somehow, some way.
He is. He's a big popular fighter. And
I think this was I don't know why Akimoto took this fight. I have no idea. I think if he wins, it doesn't raise his stock. I think if he loses, it tanks his stock. And Hagiwara, it's like if he loses, his stock doesn't drop at all. If he wins, he can name his price for his next fight. So,
and that's why they booked it. Because...
No, but I understand why Hagiwara took this fight 100%. I have no idea why Akimoto.
Because he thinks it's an easy win on his way to a title shot over a name opponent to put his name over with the fans.
All right, well you're running with it to start. So is this an easy win for him though?
You know, maybe a year ago would have said. No, but Hagiwara has shown great improvements in his grappling department. So, and he's a very dangerous striker. So, I mean, if Akimoto is not taking this fight seriously, there could be an upset here. So, and then if there is,
he went full Charles Radke at the friggin' press conference, by the way.
No, but hey, if there's an upset here, Hagiwara is going to call out Mikura Asakura for a super fight. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know that if that happened, that's why they booked it, bro. Because if Hagiwara can get by Akimoto here, they can book a big fight with Mikura Asakura that would sell out.
I hope they don't give him Mikura. I hope they just give him Doubtbeck and say, ha!
No way. Dude,
they wouldn't do that.
Hagiwara can get past Akimoto, who I like to call the Epic RIZIN Prince Akimoto, because he's only 19 years old.
He's arguably one of the best prospects.
Yeah, clearly they're trying to build him into a future Japanese superstar. And his debut was sensational. You got a superior rule set finish, the grounded knees. So it's just, I mean, the sky's the limit for that kid. And if he loses, it's going to be a setback, but I don't think it destroys his rep completely. Since he's so young.
Out of title contention again, though. Like he has to win another two.
But he's so young that he can build himself back up. And really, the only way I see him losing this is if he takes Hagiwara lightly and just thinks he's going to just steamroll him with the easy W, and that Hagiwara can't grapple with him. I mean, which on paper is true. Akimoto has the better grappling, but like we've been seeing, man, Hagiwara has been getting much better in his grappling and in stand-up ability, all that good stuff. And he clearly is the better striker. So he's going to come in this fight knowing the game plan of Prince Akimoto, which is Akimoto's going to want to grapple him and submit him. He's not going to want to strike with the striker. So you think he's going to try to take on a striker?
I don't know. I agree that Akimoto's path to victory, because he's more well-rounded, is using his grappling. But what got him here? His striking.
Oh, so, I mean, but Hagiwara has the better striking. And if you don't think Akimoto knows that?
I don't know if Hagiwara still has the better striking at this stage in his career.
Okay.
His last two wins, I mean, he's 9-10. I get he puts on fun performances, but it doesn't mean he's a good MMA fighter. And I mean, he's under 500 and he's in a main event. Like, we know if you're under 500 in your main event, you're exciting. And we know what you bring. He's never been knocked out, which actually is amazing given the type of fighter that he is. And it's because his distance management's pretty good. He throws good low kicks, which, it sometimes bites him in the ass because he gets taken down. He has a really good jab, and it sets up his huge right hand, which can still knock anybody out. He's never won via submission, lost 7 fucking times via submission. So it's just like, it is a clear hole in his game, but maybe Akimoto, and this wouldn't even be like low fight IQ. Maybe he just wants to make a statement and early on just like knows, all right, he's going to set up his right hand with his jab. I'll plan around that and actually time my kicks and combos a little bit more. I'm interested to see how Akimoto fights this one. But I do think he ends up winning. And I don't think it's going to be as much of a war as people maybe hope it is. Because I think if Hagiwara starts, but as soon as Akimoto like maybe gains some respect from Hagiwara, he lands a good shot. I think Akimoto will try to take him to the ground, try to take his back, and either force a back mount TKO or rear naked choke, or like full mount TKO, right? Because he does like to strike when he's on the ground versus just attack for the neck right away. Like he'll go for the neck if like after ground and pound, and if the guy will like after a back mount, landing some ground and pound, flatten the guy out, and if it's there, he'll take it.
And Akimoto does know the assignment. Remember, he's got that grounded knee TKO.
Yeah, no. So. Well, they both are known for utilizing the spear rule set.
No, Hagiwara definitely knows the assignment. He charied one of my favorite events of all time, the first cage event that RIZIN ever did, which was RIZIN Trigger First. That was their cage series before they switched it over to Landmark. But he charied that event with a fantastic grounded kick knockout. Just, man, I like Hagiwara a lot. and he's popular with the Japanese fans. That's why he's main eventing, even though he's under 500. I see Drew talking shit, saying if PF Fumble did that, I would trash. Of course I would, because PF Fumble, I'm still butthurt that they scored Nemkov. You should be talking about Nemkov, Drew, instead of hating on heavyweight.
I'll say this. Hagiwara's takedown defense looked good in one fight, and that was the Koji Takeda fight. And that was the fight where it showed me that Koji Takeda is not a good fighter.
No, he's been showing a great improvement in all his fights with his grappling. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
lost against Ryo Takagi, way over the hump. Toby knocked out early in the fight. Not deep or fighting Nexus level guy Nishitani knocks out in the first round. Like, I'm glad. Like, look, if you're going to be given cans, if you're going to be given tune-up fights, I expect you to knock them out in the first round. So yeah, knew the assignment, passed it. Akimoto, I think, is just going to be too much for him. If he hits him, he has a puncher's chance. I think Akimoto striking against Hagiwara is being criminally underrated. And I think that if somehow, some way, he's off that night in the striking, he can 100% out-grapple Hagiwara and beat him up on the ground.
Okay, well, that's what the question's going to be, is that can Akimoto's grappling outweigh Hagiwara's improvements? Because I know you're saying Hagimoto's strike is underrated. I love that. It is. But Hagiwara, to me, has the better striking. And like you said, like you noticed from his record, he's got a strong chin for striking as well, because he's never been knocked out.
Yeah, so Akimoto's never been knocked out either, though.
Well, yeah, because he's only 19. He's young in his
career. I disagree, man. I was knocked out more in my teens than I've been in adulthood. Now, I fought probably better competition when I was in my teens, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I've been knocked out in high school. I've been knocked out as an adult. Like,
all right. I'll give you that. Okay, so they both got good chins. So I just think, look, if Akimoto doesn't take Hagiwara seriously and thinks he's just going to steamroll and run him over, doesn't take into account that Hagiwara has been working, he's probably in the gym right now still working on his grappling, then there could be an upset here. Seriously. So,
the only person who Akimoto lost to was to one of the best Japanese fighters in the last decade in Yuki Motoya. And Yuki Motoya didn't even finish him. He just big brothered him and went, "Your grappling's not good enough yet, son, and I am the king of deep." And I almost won the RIZIN title, and I'm going to win the fucking flyweight Grand Prix because I'm a fucking gangster. I thought the Ryo Takagi fight was awesome. He didn't finish him, which I was a little bit disappointed in, but beat him everywhere. I mean, the Okada fight, obviously he wasn't originally supposed to fight Okada, but was able to get him out in the first round. Again, if you're going to fight a can, take him out early. He did. This fight didn't really mean anything to me or anything really. That was just reps, in my opinion. Nothing really developmental wise. I think he learned a lot from Yuki Motoya. And another thing about Akimoto, man, when we started watching him fight, because I've watched every single one of his fights, like tiny string bean, like he's growing a lot. Like I could see him even eventually moving up one more weight class, and that being his class, because like he's putting like he's more and more muscular. He's getting a little bit taller, and he's only 19, so he's got another year or two before he's actually like grown.
Oh, probably, dude, it'll probably go all the way till he's 25 before he stops growing. That's how it usually goes, right? Isn't like you grow. I just mean
like height and length wise too. Like I didn't think he was going to be, and he's not quite lanky, but I didn't think he was going to be like a tall, longer fighter. I thought he'd just be kind of like average size, but it's like, no, he's actually like his frame is going to help him even more, and be a compliment to the skills he has already. Yeah,
I agree. I think we could definitely see him in the future being forced to move up in weight as he fills into his body, grown man body. So we'll see how that goes.
Anyways,
hey, Drew's talking shit though. Drew's talking shit. I got to respond to Drew's here trying to justify a main event. Dude, this is easy to justify this main event, buddy. He's just butthurt because his PF fumble sucks. Dude, the justification for this, Hagiwara, very popular fighter, gets a win over Akimoto. He's going to be facing Mikuru Asakura in a big super fight for Japan. And Akimoto if he gets a win here over a big name, popular fighter, gets put over with the fans on his rise to a title shot and also on his rise to becoming a future star for the
Show weather. Show weather. Yes, dude. Show weather and I, like, I swear we're connected today somehow. So maybe it's because the lack of sleep. Show weather and I have literally been up like 24 hours watching Japanese MMA and kickboxing. Maybe it's like the lack of sleep. Yo, by the way, shout out to our friend here saying Hagiwara trains at Rio Cronin's gym, Tribe Tokyo MMA. Rio Chonin says his takedown defense and fundamental MMA skills have improved, but personally, I don't think he's changed.
What do you guys mean?
Tone?
Come on. He showed great improvement even in his losses, man. Come on.
Yeah, Drew's like, your inconsistency is so consistent.
Oh, Drew just nut.
Hey, he's consistent on loving the heavyweight Grand Prix though.
That's right. I love the heavyweights and my superior rule set and one night Grand Prix. I'll never change.
All right, I've officially locked in my RIZIN picks on Tapology. I never really make Tapology picks, but I only do for Contender Series and RIZIN. My picks are officially in. I've locked them in.
Did we say what your picks were for this main event? We're both going Akimoto,
Akimoto, dude.
Yeah,
Akimoto.
RIZIN Prince Akimoto.
Minus 500, I think it's fair.
But it's going to be, I mean, notice the odds makers only have Hagiwara at a plus 300 underdog. That's not as bad as I would think it would be, right?
Knockout. I would say if you're going to bet on Hagiwara, bet on him getting the knockout.
Yeah.
Because he's probably going to lose a decision.
I mean, and not a submission finish. So it's going to be a knockout, or I mean, really, if Akimoto can't get him down, can't knock him out, it could be even a decision outpointment by Hagiwara. So we'll see.
There you go. Well, look at that. Under 2 hours, Drew. Come on, man. Your podcasts are too long, Drew. 2 hour podcast. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. How can Drew you can't talk
How
shit.
can you drag these on for 2 hours, just yapping about intermissions and all this other bullshit? I'm just kidding. J Wolf and I think this is officially the shortest RIZIN preview that J Wolf and I have ever done. The last one went 4 hours. The one before that was 2.5. The Otoko Matsui was 3:20.
Remember, the last one's 4 hours because we were doing a new format where we were taking questions during the show.
True,
and
but we kind
of types of questions.
True,
right?
but like we kind of were doing that here today as well. Again,
yeah, but these
I'm
ones
proud of us.
On topic questions for this one only. So that's the key. If we're gonna take
I'm still proud of us. I'm still proud of us.
On topic.
Yeah, and I'm not editing this one. It's going live. I'll add timestamps here right after we wrap this up.
Dude, if it was edited, it'd be even shorter.
Yeah, exactly.
Drew's gotta suck at it.
Yeah, it's up before the show. But the show does start in 3 hours, and I gotta squeeze a workout in. I gotta make some dinner, and I might even go pick up some Japanese whiskey for this event.
Nice.
We might celebrate here tonight.
Some good sake and
some sake or some toki. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. If you missed any of the show, I will be adding timestamps in like 5 minutes, right when we sign off here. But before we do so, I want to give a big thanks to the mighty J-Wolf, who joins us every single time. We'll be doing a collaboration soon again with Drew and also a contributor to the We Are RIZIN podcast, Mr. Ohio. We should all collaborate and do some fun stuff for the New Year's card. Maybe like each tackle like a chunk of the predictions, or maybe do some, I don't know. We should plan something fun for New Year's, boys. Because I always love collaborating with the We Are RIZIN podcast. They are your number one news source for all things Japanese kickboxing and MMA, ladies and gentlemen, and of course the mighty RIZIN. J-Wolf, before we sign off, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on the RIZIN FF Fans Discord, also on the We Are RIZIN podcast. I love going on there as well. As much shit I give Drew. I'm very, very appreciative of him and you, brother. Both you guys, awesome. And right here, also on the Focus Fights, sometimes I get to go on there as well. And then on Twitter, you can follow me at JAYYOLF1. Yes, it's misspelled on purpose, so you know it's me. You can find me there easily. If you follow a real person, follow me, I'll follow you right back. And then right here on the best podcast, right here, the City Life Project podcast with Aisha. Thank you, brother, for having me on. This is a lot of fun.
Dude, a pleasure as always. Can't fucking wait till New Year's Eve. And Black Combat in 4 weeks.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, if you want to do a preview show for that, let me know.
Yeah.
You know, I do the Superior Rule Set. I love it. So
yeah.
awesome.
And last time, the show is free. RIZIN.tv. You can watch it outside of Japan. And if you are in Japan, join the City Light Project Discord, my Discord, not the We Are RIZIN Discord. Join that for different reasons. Join the City Life Project Discord because wink, wink, nudge, nudge will help you out. We'll help you out. Anyways, last word goes to you.
It's a free show. You don't need any help for this one. It's free. Just go to RIZIN.tv, right?
Yeah, well, some people in Japan need some help.
Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. Well, anyways, hey, I just want to thank you again, brother, for doing this show. It was freaking awesome. A lot of fun. You know, just really appreciate you, and also your audience for interacting with us and all the fantastic questions and everything. And a shout out to the Epic RIZIN for putting out more content, English content this time. Fantastic. Go check out the comments earlier. There was posts in there for those ones that I was telling you guys about. And I forget who the poster was that posted them, who the commenter was that posted them, but shout out to him as well. Thank you. And just, yeah, man, I just can't wait to watch these fights with you guys. It's going to be freaking awesome. It's great that they're giving us a free event to get us hyped for New Year's Eve. I just hope we get some superior rule set epicness and some superior rule set finishes. That's what I want to see here.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be live in 3 hours for the Fight Companion, so feel free to stop in and say what's up. Until then, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah.